Hello everyone, welcome to the Rimi's channel. Today we will discuss about tetanus. This disease results from infection with Clostridium tetani, a commensal in the gut of humans and domestic animals. It is found in soil. Dust also contains spores derived from animal and human excreta. It enters the human body through wounds and then it enters the bloodstream. Unhygienic practices soon after birth may lead to infection of the umbilical stump or site of circumcision, causing tetanus neonatorum. Let's discuss its pathology. In circumstances unfavorable to growth of organism, spores are formed, and these may remain dormant for years in the soil. Spores germinate and bacilli multiply only in the anaerobic conditions. The bacilli remain localized but produce an exotoxin with an affinity for motor nerve endings and the motor nerve cells, mainly the anterior horn cells. The anterior horn cells are affected after the exotoxin has passed into the bloodstream and their involvement results in rigidity and convulsions. Symptoms first appear from 2 days to several weeks after injury. The shorter the incubation period, the more severe the attack, and worse is the prognosis. The most early symptom is the trismus, spasm of the masseter muscles which causes difficulty in opening the mouth and in masticating, hence the name lockjaw. Lockjaw in tetanus is painless, unlike the spasm of the masseters due to dental abscess, septic throat or other causes. Contraction of the frontalis and the muscles at the angle of mouth leads to the risus sardonicus. Opisthotonus means back is slightly arched. Autonomic involvement may cause serious complications such as hypertension. In the more severe cases, violent spasms lasting for a few seconds to 3 to 4 minutes occur spontaneously or may be induced by stimuli such as movement or noise. These episodes are painful and exhausting and suggest a grave outlook, especially if they appear soon after the onset of symptoms. The diagnosis is made on the clinical grounds. It is rarely possible to isolate the infecting organism from the original locus of entry. Firstly, it is important to neutralize the absorbed toxin. Give IV or intramuscular human tetanus antitoxin. Secondly, it is important to prevent further antitoxin production. It can be prevented by wound debridement or by giving benzyl penicillin. If the patient is allergic to penicillin, metronidazole can be given. If the patient is having spasm, it is important to control spasm by giving diazepam. If spasms continue, then ventilation can be given. Quiet room may be important to control spasm. To improve patient's condition, hydration and prevention of secondary infections is important.